I just made about $130 in about 5 minutes or less, and that was made possible because of this new platform and tool that's on the rise, and for good reason. This platform here has other features that BullX doesn't have, that GMGN doesn't have, and I love those platforms and I use those platforms, but this is becoming my favorite. We're talking about Axiom Pro, and to gain access to this fabulous product here is by using the link in the form of a pinned message in the comment section and also in the description box. It's only by invite, guys. You're going to appreciate this. It has so much other buttons, parameters, and data points that rules out these scams that made this possible, and I'm sure you guys are going to agree with me. But if you're new here, my name is Francis Dune, and on this channel, I like to bring you guys things that the rest of the market isn't aware of, and you can position yourself accordingly. When they catch up to you, they pump your bags. If that sounds interesting to you, do like, subscribe, but more importantly, smash the bell notification button, because videos like this are time sensitive. Also, follow us on Twitter. We have exclusive content over there. Now, guys, once again, the only way to join is by invite, so click the link in the comment section, as I said, and let's get on with this video. So, right here, Axiom Pro, this is how it was all done. As you can see, I bought right here, which was about 47,000 market cap, and I pretty much sold at the top, which is 78,000. That's pretty much how it went down, and this wasn't too long ago. And if we come down here, you can see the P&L says $127. That's after all of the trading fees and everything like that, the bribe fee, the miner fee, GTO, all of that stuff. That's take home. When we come over here, you see that as well in this section. This is in the portfolio section. That's what you see, right? And this right here, this trade that I took before that, this was just to test out the speed of this damn bot, and it's freaking fast, right? So when you click the link, it's going to ask you how you want to log in. You want to log in with your Web3 wallet, in particularly your Phantom wallet. Once you do that, make sure when your private keys come up, you write that down on a pen and paper. But save it in a notepad, then go on over to your Phantom wallet, create a new account, and then import these private keys in your Phantom wallet. That way you have access to it through your actual Web3 wallet and not only through the website, okay? Once you do that, you're ready to rock and roll. So let us go on over to this section here, which is how it all looks like. So we are on the Pulse tab, and this is where you're going to spend most of your time. This is pretty much like, you know, the pump.fun and moonshot new Memecoins and AI agents that are coming out in the new section over here. The final stretch, which is the area where they're starting to get soul invested and their market cap is rising up, to then possibly go on over to Radium over here, where more eyes comes on to these projects and they could potentially grow to, you know, hundreds of thousands and millions market cap, and all that kind of fun stuff. Over here is obviously in Soul, and the way you deposit is by clicking this. Click this button, you get your Solana address, and you could go ahead and fund your account, guys. All right. You know, portfolio I just showed you. They also have a perpetual section. We'll get to that shortly. They do have trackers, so you could track wallets, Twitter tracker, and all that stuff. But let's get to the real meat and potatoes of what separates this platform to from BullX and even GMGN. And again, I like BullX for certain things, right? I like GMGN for copy trading and even just like casual trading. And I like BullX for, you know, as I said, you know, for example, when they have their graph here, I like to see that without clicking. But this platform has some really badass stuff. So let's go down probably to one of these here and use this as an example. So right here, guys, this is the bundling holding. So this tells us how much of the percent is being bundled. Okay, why is that important? Because normally when we, you know, want to find out that information, we need to take down the contract address and then go into Telegram and use that bot that then tells us, hey, this is how much new wallets were created and these are the wallets that are connected. That's probably like a 25-second process where right here, this metric tells it to us like without doing anything. So it's so convenient and fast. It's like in a split second. Oh, there we go. It's only 1%. So that's pretty damn cool. Now, this is another cool feature here. It's called Pro Traders, and this essentially tells us how many active traders that's in the trenches that are converting on profits, or they're good, or they got great volume, like they're legit people that are into this coin. That's something that BullX and GMGN just does not have, okay? And I value that because that is another sort of like, you know, check that box. Okay, we got some quality traders in here. Okay, so that's going to help me make a more informed decision, right? They also have this feature here where this tells you how much tokens these developers created in the past and how much has already been migrated. So let's just click on it for more details, and we click dev tokens, and this guy's okay. Well, he has created 2 tokens. One has migrated, and the other one has not. Sometimes you'll see like, dude, over 500, 100,000 tokens, right? So there are serial ruggers over here. All right. What else do we have? Obviously the regular stuff like the holders. This is really cool. Look at this. So if they paid a deck screener, so what does that tell us? Well, if they paid deck screener, chances are they're more legit than they're not, because now they are investing into the coin by paying deck screener. I think it's like $200 or maybe 200 to $400. This is what it's going to cost, right? So that's good to know. And that's other things that, the previous platforms we mentioned like GMGN, BullX does not offer. Another really, really helpful feature they have is this. If you hover over the Twitter logo when it's orange, it tells you how many times they reuse that Twitter account to change the name to probably a new project, which means they're recycling the account, and that's never a good thing, right? I mean, hey, look, if it's 2 times, it is what it is, and this has been recycled since, a year ago, 2 times. So that's not too terrible. And of course, we have all the other regular stuff, right? So once again, how long the token has been created for, when it was first created, the pump.fun link, the developer's holding, so he sold. This is the top 10 holders. They have 21% of the supply. All of those regular things. But again, this is a powerful metric right here. 138 pro traders are currently in this. So it could, give it more legitimacy, right, guys? Also, again, they got Perpetuals, so you could trade directly here, leverage on Axiom Pro. And they do have a bunch of other options, like your favorite tokens are all here, right? Look, they got this test one, they got the IP, Sonic, the list really does go on, right? And it's quite a number of different options, EIXPT, what have you. I'm not telling anybody to come here and do that. I think you might want to develop some skills before you try leverage trading, but to know that how it's all in one area, that's pretty damn cool. They also got some sort of like yield stuff here and things of that nature. What is cool is also they have a discover section where all of a sudden some token starts to trend, whether that's because of volume starting to pick up or whatever it is. You might want to keep that in the 5-minute section just to get that information. It happened much more recently, so you could probably hop on into something that's pumping for whatever reason it is. And that's also on deck screener. You could have that as well. So this is strictly deck screener, and this is just trending in general. All right, guys. So that's good to know that you have that here at your disposal. So over 1,000 transactions on the buy side, and then 757 on the sell side. This is almost doubling this. So again, this is good to know, right, that you have that there. So that's the basics over there, guys. So let's go over the filters and, things like, why you may want to trade here or not, right, in this first column, which is the new pairs. Now, this is the thing, right? We always want to get into something that has a low market cap because it could grow and it could give us more multipliers. So these tokens launch here at, 5,000 market cap right now, give or take, because of Sol, right? Sol's a little bit lower. And if we could get into something that's 7,000 market cap and it goes to like, say, I don't know, 21,000 market cap, well, that's already a 3x, right? And that's great gains and all, but it comes at a high risk. All of these tokens here, I would say like 99% are clear rugs, and it makes it incredibly hard for you to measure that. So I wouldn't say that's what you do. Some people like to come here and they're in and out very quick. But I would say the best opportunity might be from the ones that already migrated and have proven to be legitimate, and you could filter that by market cap and target those particular ones. But what we're going to focus on is this middle section called the final stretch. So normally these tokens that come launcher, some of them I would say for the most part, the majority last for about 5 minutes or less, and then the dev rugs and it dies out. So if we could start to get into tokens that's after that stage, that's going to give us a better chance of getting into more legitimate tokens. And that first starts with the filters. And that's how I was able to literally make $130 in like about 4 minutes. Okay, so let's head on over to this over here, this button. And these are the different, columns. We're in the final stretch column, so let's stay here. Now, particularly, I don't really care if it's coming from Moonshot. I could trade on both, so I leave Moonshot on and obviously pump.fun on, right? when we come down here, so there's 3 different tabs here. We're in the audit tab. We're then going to go to this section over here, which is the age. And I'm going to let this run for 50 minutes maximum is what I want, right? I want to give it some time. Make sure, as I said, after 10 minutes or 10 minutes or less, rather, this is when these tokens die out. So I want something for 50 minutes on the top end. Then we also have top holders over here and how much percent. Well, 35% is what I'm going with. I mean, you could go a little bit lower, but you don't want to be a real tight knit and, you know, filter out all these other things and really have no options to choose from. Again, you see it here, 35 is still good. And then, you know, it's up to you if you want to, you know, go into something as it displays for you that's lower than 35, right? Snipers, who cares about that? You know, we can manually sort that out. Insiders, right? This is up to you, but I'm putting 30% over here. You could do 40, you could do 20. I'm doing 30. Bundle percent, I'm doing 25%. I don't really want to touch anything past that. I think you're really asking for trouble where these guys have, you know, all these different wallets connected and, you know, they could pretty much dump on you. And yeah, the metrics over here, again, you don't have to do this, but I want things that's past 17,000 market cap. Okay. Maybe in particularly, I like to get into something probably from the 23,000 market cap to like 35,000 market cap, maybe even higher. We'll see if I have conviction. Right. So that's what I'm going with over there. And then we press apply all. And these are the options that comes up, right? And they are limited depending on the time of day, depending on the actual volume as well. And what do we see right here? You know, I didn't put pro traders, but that's something you could put in this section over here as it matures. You'll want to have some pro traders for sure. So in this one that comes up, we have right here, this is the insiders, which aligns with our filters, 9%. 5% is bundled. That's not terrible, right? There are some snipers inside. It's launched just 11 minutes ago. This right here, top holders, 31%. Let's click this over here and see what's happening here, right? Let's go to the actual holder section and see how this looks like here. Let's just go to refresh, but that seems to be the latest data for this particular one, right? Oh, no. Okay, there we go. So we got more insights here. So 10% here, as we refresh it, as you can see, it belongs to this cluster, all right? And that's the cool thing about this. This is a really nice piece of data here that we have at our disposal. You know, you could refresh it. It's very much so more consistent than the other ones with the latest data, right? So your buy and sell settings is right here. So I have it right now at 20%. I mean, I could lower that, you know, if I wanted to. The fee is very low. It's 0.001, and this is extremely low as well. But I've been noticing that things have been working. I don't have MEV protection on because, again, with these new coins over here, that's irrelevant. That's really more for, you know, established coins and hyped launches, I would say, right? So that's how it works over there. And you have your presets at the bottom here, right? On how you want it to actually really set that up. So you press number 1 here. You could change your slippage. I mean, I think that is kind of too high. I don't need that. You can adjust this to whatever you want, and also this. But again, this has been working for me. It's been picking up the trades. And, you know, why am I going to increase this if, you know, why overspend if I don't have to, is my point. And now what you could do is you could have, you know, preset number 2. So maybe it's a different type of strategy you're trading over here. Maybe you're in the first column and you want to be quicker and faster. You might want to adjust these things according to whatever you're trading, and you have 3 different ones to do. So to know that, how you could just click here if you're in, you know, in a rush mode, or you could click here when you're in a steady mode, or over here when you're just kind of like, you know, trading coins that don't require you to rush in, right? You have that flexibility. Okay, so another thing about the advanced trading section that I really like is the limit orders, right? So you can place limit buys, and the same is true for, you know, selling, limit sell orders. You can't do this on Radium. Yes, I know on the other platforms you can, but I'm just bringing it up since we're here, right? To know that how they have all of those stuff there too. They also have this advanced section over here. So migration, you could snipe in the migration. Okay, so when this token pretty much reaches about, I believe the migration is about right here, 68,000 right now because of the price of SOL, right? It's currently at 25,000. If this token was to migrate, you could instantly snipe it with this feature, which is pretty cool. You put in the snipe amount you want in SOL. You will have to jack up your fees though a little bit for this, and that's that. Another cool feature right here, guys, and this is really cool. This is the dev sell feature. So you could sell pretty much in the same block when the developer sells. Okay, so a lot of people, you know, if you're trading, say, for example, on AI coin, it's important that the developer is still there and he didn't sell everything. Memecoins, not so much. But when it comes to AI, that's, you know, utility and tech, and you want to know that how he's interested in it still by holding his bags. Let's just say that how he sells, if you have this on, well, you could sell your entire stack with him pretty much in the same block, which is pretty cool. And normally when that happens, as I say, it's like a race to see who could sell first, right? So you got 176 holders. If they're in an AI coin and they see the developer has sold everything, that quickly goes down to 160, 150, 140. Whoever's left with the bag last loses kind of thing. So to know you could automate that, that's badass. I'll be making a heck of a lot more videos on Axiom in the near future in extensive detail. So be on the lookout for those videos. I'm sure it's going to add value to your trading experience and you're going to learn some things. Once again, to register, it's by invite only. Check out the link in the form of a pinned message in the comment section and in the description box, guys. So there ain't really much left to see other than until my next video, your ass is on your own, bro. Later.
Francis Dune, uncensored.